How's this go? Oh, dang, okay. At least 1 minute of video needs. Okay. I'm not even gonna mess with the buttons. What's that? Oh, no. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Q&A. We're doing a Q&A. It's getting hot in here. We're doing a Q&A. If anybody got any questions, now's the time to ask them. If you don't have any questions, I figured, you know what? I'm waiting. I'm chilling. Blah, blah. While I'm chilling, I got Wi-Fi. I might as well see if anybody comes in here. We talk about discipline. That's mainly what it is. All the issues that you have come down to discipline. No other, everything is solved by focusing on that one thing, which is discipline. Taking advantage of a live here. This was straight out. I just pressed live too. I didn't like, oh, I'll talk about this or, oh, I'll talk about that. Really, it's just I'm waiting here. I got some time. I got Wi-Fi. I think I could. Whoops. Let's see. How do I do it? I better get. Yeah. See. I think I could even. Yeah. See. That's cool. If anybody comes in here, cool. And otherwise too, I could also just drop it as a video. So let's get to it. What can we talk about? There was something I was going to talk about. I saw a comment. Was it discipline? I think I was going to talk about discipline or confidence. Well, a couple of things. Really, what I'm doing on this channel is I'm just sharing. Oh, it got dark all of a sudden. I'm sharing the things that I've been doing that have been working for me in order to make progress. The real basic, simple things. All my life, I always knew there was more in store for me, for more for me to do, and I would always give it a go. I'd always try, like, okay, what else is it? Is it reading? Is it going to more school? Is it paying more attention? Is it exercising? Is it getting a mentor? Is it going to another seminar? Is it going to a more expensive seminar? Is it paying for the expensive seats at the seminar? Is it joining an association? Is it joining a club? Is it joining a group? Is it joining a board? Is it hanging out with wealthy folk? Is it hanging out with hardworking folk? Is it hanging out with folk that don't care and just do? All those things. I tried it all, and I'm glad I did, because it made me. Even if it was not, when I had a low attitude, I would think, man, what a waste of time. None of that worked. But now looking back, after having a high level of attitude, it's like it made me. All those things made me. They made me who I am. And oops. Anyways, I'll mess with the buttons later. It made me who I am, and it now I can use it to teach. Now I can use it to share. How do I see the chat? That way, if anybody chats. Uh-huh. Okay. How does it go away? I guess it doesn't. Learn more? I don't want to learn more. Is it that? Whatever. Anyways. So now looking back, it's like all those things that I did was preparing me for what? For receiving the data that I needed to get, receiving the information that was going to work. And it was going to take me till I was 44. And even then, it was just the beginning of the actual change. Now looking back and see, now that I started working on my discipline, gained a bunch of confidence, To this day, you still battle it out. It doesn't mean that once you have discipline and once you have confidence that your problems are over. No, but all you know is that all you have to do is deal with one problem, deal with one issue, focus on one issue. Once you focus on that one issue, everything else just continues to fall into place. Even when frustration kicks in, like, oh man, how am I gonna fix that? Or oh man, I can't believe I still haven't fixed that. It's like, oh man, I'm so behind. Or oh man, hopefully that doesn't go south. All those things that still linger around. Remember, if you messed up your life, if you weren't, and call it what it is, if you were making the wrong choices for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, 70, 80 years, and you're just now like, figured it out. Like this message hit your ears and it's like, yeah, this is it. It's just a matter of discipline and attitude. Let's go. And you start fixing it, you'll see the results by the end of the day. You'll see the results. You'll see progress. You'll see something different by the end of the day, by the end of the week, definitely by the end of the month, your life start to change. But there's still the ripple effect of 30, 40, 50, 80 years of you living the other way. I'm in between calling it right or wrong. Lower, living as a lower level. It's not wrong because it was your journey. It's like saying, oh, my journey was wrong. I didn't want to play the game. I just wanted to win. It's like, well, you can't win without playing the game. You going through that low level part of your life, that low attitude, low discipline part of your life was part of your journey. You had to go through that journey. That was your uphill. Carrying a heavy object, falling, getting splinters, getting punked, getting pushed, getting cut, getting poked, but you made it to the top. The top is the beginning. The top is, oh, I discovered it. Look at all those scars. Look at all the weathering. And yeah, eventually, yeah, life is still going to be over. But you got there, right? So when you look back, it's not like, oh, I had to go through all that horribleness. No, it's not. It's not. It's what you had to go through. And you're still, like I said, you're still going to have a ripple effect. So with your new attitude, with your new high level of attitude, I wish I could cover like the people that are in here. That way I don't see the zero. I could just go. When you see the bad attitude, when you see the ripple effects still come in, the issues, the challenges, and it's clear that like, oh, that's happening because of the way I carried myself all my life. It's gonna haunt me for a while. That's attitude. Don't see it that way. Flip it. It's all perception. It's all the way you see it. If you're at a low vibration, you're gonna see it in a low filter. Put yourself in a high vibration. It happens to me all the time. I'm consistently focusing on that, and you can have issues, around the house, people acting up, and you'll be like, it doesn't matter. I'm trying to fix this attitude because I'm thinking of this, reminding myself, or I'm remembering how I carried myself in the past and how it's still haunting me. And someone's acting stupid at the pad, or someone's acting stupid at the store, or someone's acting dumb here, acting something, and you're like, whatever. Go be that way on your own. You're only affecting yourself. If you're thinking you're gonna sting me, if you're thinking you're gonna affect me, it doesn't matter. I'm in my own world, and my own world is busy enough to keep me busy that I don't need to deal with anybody else's antics, anybody else's challenges. Oh, you're saying you don't care about your loved ones? Oh, you don't worry, you don't have any compassion, whatever. I have so much compassion that I want to make sure that I'm 100 for them. And if I'm not a 100, why am I even showing up to the table? So it doesn't matter that you're going through your own thing. I know you're going through your own thing. You should be going through your own thing. And let me be the example on how you're going to go through your own thing. I hope I'm being a good example. If you're low and I'm low, it's just going to go sour, 100%. Something is going to escalate. It's going to be confrontational. Things are going to be said. And of course, the traditional society accepted pattern is later on we're apologizing to then go through the cycle again. And then you feel regret. And have to pay the karmatic debt. Nothing gets solved. But if I say, you know what, no, I got him. The reason why I feel like this, the reason why I'm acting dumb is because I'm a low vibration and I'm remembering or seeing results, still ripple effects of my old habits, still creeping up. Like, oh, fuck, yeah, that's like that because of the way I used to be. I'm not like that no more, but I can't do anything right now. I'm barely building it. You try to put on a shirt and it's like, ah, man, it still fits tight. It's like, well, yeah, you've been eating like trash for 40 years. You don't think it's gonna fit tight? Yeah, but it was a special gift and I wanted to wear it, but it looks like spandex when it's supposed to fit a little loose. I started eating good last week and I started exercising last week. Like, well, yeah, that's still the ripple effect of you eating like trash for 40, 50 years. Your fault, not your fault. You didn't know. You're better now. All that. True. Doesn't matter. You're still suffering the effect. So how do you see it? This ain't even working. I'm pissed. I'm gonna go eat. Or I can't wait for this to fit. I know this is working. Everybody that I'm listening to, they've done it. And it's proof that it works. So I'm gonna stick to it. I can't wait. I'm gonna freaking write the date on the tag when it does fit. Let me take a picture of it like this. How it fits all tight. And every month I'm gonna document. I'm not gonna share it. Documenting doesn't mean sharing it. You could, you should. But if you don't, if your conscience tells you don't, do it for you, which is the person you should do everything for first. I'll do anything for my family. No, you won't. You won't do it for you. You can't do anything for anybody else. You won't do for you. You can't give what you don't have. You'll sacrifice anything for your family. No, you won't. You won't do it for not that much because you're not doing much for you. You don't got much. What are you sacrificing? All my things. That ain't nothing. Those things are external. I'm saying like you. You'll sacrifice all your toys, your money, your job, your cars. You'll sacrifice all that. But you won't sacrifice rest because you won't exercise for your family. You won't sacrifice what you eat, which is why you're overweight, which is why you're minimizing the chances of staying on the planet longer. You won't sacrifice sleep. You won't sacrifice kick it time, rest, right? But you supposedly will sacrifice anything. You'll sacrifice anything that's easy to sacrifice. You won't sacrifice the hard stuff. It's all mindset. But that mindset is based back to the big D. Discipline. Discipline and attitude. DA. Exercise, yeah, comes first because it's easy to do, but really where it starts is discipline, and discipline is created through restraint, and the best way to restrain yourself is through diet, because everybody eats and it's difficult and we all love it. You start tracking your food, that's it, you build a discipline. Yeah, but I can start exercising right now. The reason why you want to build discipline is because you'll be able to exercise today because it's a beautiful day and you feel good and you're pumped and the video got you going and the song got you going and yeah, you're done with this. I don't want to feel like this anymore. But in 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 days, you're going to be tired. You're going to be feeling depressed. You're going to be sad, angry, regretful, frustrated. It's going to be dark. It's going to be cold. It's going to be hot. You're going to be full. It's going to be tired. You're gonna feel like a victim because you're gonna feel upset that someone says something to you. You're gonna be pissed. You're like, fuck that. You're gonna be too busy. You got too much to do. You did too much. You're gonna do too much. You need your rest, and you're gonna skip the exercise. You're not gonna work out. You're gonna skip the workout. You're gonna skip the exercise. You have to do it twice a day, and you're gonna skip it. That's where the discipline comes in, which is why you have to do the diet. And the diet could be simple. You want to build discipline. You want to create baby steps. It's not like starting right now. I'm tracking my macros 1,000%. Let's go. You're setting yourself up to fail. without even knowing, without even understanding, without even doing the first bit of research on tracking your food, you could start deciding to eat better now. And you got to be responsible. You got to use the responsibility you already have. Say, you know what, just right now, you know what, I'm going to stop drinking sugary drinks. You already know. Your conscience is screaming at you where you could start right now. No more sugary drinks. I'm just going to drink water. That's it. No more creamer in my coffee. No more super sugary drinks from the coffee shop. You're not going to take away my coffee. There you go. You don't want to build discipline. Anything but my coffee. Anything but discipline. Your conscience is telling you what you should drop. I'll drop anything else. Okay, baby steps. Go to something else. What are you going to drop? The vegetables? No food is off limits, but you got to learn how to eat them first. But you got to start with the baby step. What can you do? All right, you're going to get the sugary drink, but you're going to get the tiniest one. Or you're going to get the small one and you're going to split it in half. Put one in the put half of it in the trash and just eat the other half, drink the other half. If you're that weak, if you got that little to no discipline, you got to start somewhere. I get it. But that's wasting. You're not wasting nothing. You're just returning it to the planet. That's all. That's where it came from. All the coffee beans, all the milk, all the water, all the sugar. It all came from the planet. So when people have that idea of, you're wasting food, like, no, you're not. You're just putting it back on the planet. You're bad for making so much. You're bad for serving yourself so much. You're bad for buying so much. But you're not wasting it. You're just returning it back to the planet. No big deal. It's fine. It'll come back eventually. It's all mindset. You start with those baby steps to create that number one thing that you need, which is discipline. Discipline is where it's at. Hold on one second. Let me test this since we're on test mode. All right, we're still going. I'm curious if we get alerts. I guess we'll find out. Let's see, what else can we talk about in this first launched live? I'm liking it so far. I just need to make sure I'm getting my texts and my alerts that I need to be getting. So I'm waiting for one to come in. Now, it's been 17 minutes and nothing has came in, which is striking me odd. I think it did. I think I did it. I was doing a live at the house and I was still getting alerts. I'm not 100% sure, but I just gotta I gotta double, triple check, which is what we're doing here. And then I'd like to see if notification, like texts come in. Not that I can see the tiny letters, but we'll give it a shot. If you're still watching the replay, I'm gonna leave this up. If you're still watching the replay, do me a favor. I know you're 18 minutes in. If you've been watching this far, thank you. Bust in the comments, replay 18. That means you got to the 18-minute mark. Just right, replay 18 or something like that. Watch till 18 minutes. I don't know, something. Just so I know, it's like, hey, someone watched all the way till 18. We'll see how far we go. I don't know. This is a trial thing, but I don't want to just sit here and twiddle my thumbs. This may be working out really good. Let's see. So we're talking about discipline. Okay, yeah. See, we do get alerts. Hang on one second. Turn off the noise. Where were we? Oh, discipline. Yeah, it all comes down to that. It really, they go hand in hand. Excuse me. The discipline and the attitude with anything. I was gonna do a series of videos of just whining and complaining questions of like, how do I get out of this job I hate? It's like, you hate your job? It ain't the job, it's you. It's always you. I was telling that to Victor the other day. It's like, oh shit, what's this? I was telling that to Victor the other day. I was like, hey, you know what? It's if you take full responsibility of everything, you diffuse a whole lot of confrontation and issues, and you start working on the real problem, which is your discipline problem, instead of trying to blame or become or self-victimize and put it on someone else. If you take full responsibility of everything, say it's all my fault. It's all because of me. And then you realize, well, shoot, like, well, no, I'm doing my best. Okay, well, then you do the next part, which is realizing that it's happening for you, not to you. See the shift? Okay, we'll grab that one. That's a good example. Let's go from there. Let's go with that one. Well, I need another job. I hate my job. How do I find another job? How can I stop hating my job? Something like that. Well, it's not that you hate your job. It's that it's the world's a mirror. Everything that you hate about your job, everything, the people that are sour, the people that act dumb, the managers that push your buttons, everything they try to do, it's to get you angry, get you upset. You don't like everyone's attitude. You hate that they change your schedule. You hate that they don't pay you enough. You hate that you got to deal with customers. You hate people. Oh man, I can't even say that word so much. It starts getting me. But at the same time, it bugs me, but then it gets me excited because I know I found the solution. Because that was me. Anything I talk about here, I just insert it to the exact moment of my life where I was like that. Everything I talk about here, it's not like I heard it works. I apply it to a section of my life that I was like that. That's why I could talk about it so freely and I don't feel bad. I was that whiner, complainer baby. You feeling like that at a job is because you're like that. It's just a reflection of you. The world is a mirror. That's not happening to you. It's happening for you to try to correct you. These are all indicators. These are all check yourself lights. Like a check engine light, this is a check yourself light. That's all it is check yourself. You're doing something wrong. Well, all these things, like really? You really think it's that messed up there? You really buy it? And I say, yeah, you do, because I did. It wasn't me. I'm a good person. Like, yeah, but as I guess if you step back far enough, you are a good. Hang on. If you step back far enough, you are a good person. But then is when you get close, it's like when you what is it? Like if you were just to automatically, it's like, okay, open up and say, it's all me. This is all my fault. They're all like that because of me. This whole environment here at my job is because of me. If you change your attitude, all the things changes. You just see yourself in other people. The way they act, the way they carry themselves, the schedule, the everything, the attitude, whatever. But I'm trying to help them here. I work hard, whatever. Like, no, see, you just see the reflections of you. So how do I fix myself? Just go raise your discipline. If you were to turn around and say, okay, starting tonight, I'm going to do my push-ups at night, or burpees, or a quick walk, or jump up and down, or sit down and stand up on a chair till I get tired, till I get winded, till I can't no more. Just get a chair. Sit down, stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down, stand up, stand up, till you can't. That's your workout. That's your exercise. And do it for the intention to raise your attitude. Then start tracking your food. Go start researching how to track your food. At the very little, I know that you know one thing you can do to improve your diet without getting all technical in the tracking your food. Simply eat less. The trashy way that you're eating, just eat less. It's not trashy. We use good quality product. Inappropriately. That's what I mean by trashy. I don't mean like you eat fast food every day. No, I mean you eat inappropriately every day. We ate good before. We tried to eat as much organic as we could, farm raised. But it was still not the right amount of each part of the food groups. Protein, fats, and carbs. It was way too much fats. Way too much carbs and very little protein. The scale was tipped the other way. We won't get into the technical part, but where I started as far as baby steps, I just ate less. I started with 1 spoonful less of each item on my table. Let's say we had, I'm just throwing it out there, had spaghetti, stir fry, rice, beans. 1 spoonful of each one in the trash. You're wasting food. Shut up with that. I'm not. I'm putting it back on the planet. And it hits some sort of way. Because if I put it back on the pot, one, it kind of sounds gross. It's already on my plate. 2, serve yourself less. It's not the same. When you put it in the trash, you see it. You're like, yeah, let it hurt. Bitch, go. Bam. 1 spoonful of each item in the trash. And then that's it. You have started your diet. You have started to build discipline. Remember, we're not dieting to lose weight. We're not exercising to build muscle. We're dieting to build discipline. We're exercising to raise our attitude. You do that tonight. You do that with your lunch if you're watching. You haven't taken your lunch yet at work. I got a burrito for lunch. Rip off what would be 1 bite. The first one, the middle one. If you like the fucking knot of tortilla that's at the edge, I don't care. Take a chunk off, like what would be one good bite, and throw it away. You're not wasting food. You're just returning it to the planet. That's where it came from. Don't trip. Put it back. Finish the rest. You've started your diet. I'll guarantee you that you'll feel good. And then tonight, go do your exercise. Oh, at my work, we do construction. That's your work. That's something different. That's good that you do that. You're talking about that, right? You hate your job. I get it. But what you're going to do is you're going to start building your attitude and building your discipline. When you get home, push-ups if you could do them, up against the counter if you could do them. How many? Till you can't. Till you're like, argh. But remember, before you start and while you're doing them, always remind yourself, this is to raise my attitude. This is to raise my attitude. This is to raise my attitude. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. If you can't do just 1 push-up on the counter, it doesn't matter. I can only do 1. Perfect. I'm winded at 1. Perfect. And every time you start feeling whiny and complaining, do another push-up. I can, or I'm at work. Anytime you start feeling whiny and complaining and you can't do a push-up, I want you to be thankful about something. The closer to you, the better. No, I'm thankful that, I still got, my avocados are growing and they're doing good. It could be, but try to find something closer to you. Kind of like, man, I'm glad my lungs are working. I'm glad my heart's still beating. I'm glad, I got, everything still works on me. I'm glad, my nails are growing. I'm glad that, I don't know, my pancreas is doing its thing. I have no idea what it does, but it's doing something, and I have nothing to do with it, and it's working, and it's allowing me to function pretty all right. So I'm thankful about that. So anytime you start feeling bitchy, whiny, complaining, be thankful about something. And it can be the avocado tree, but try to keep it as close to you as possible. Man, I'm glad I learned this. Man, I'm glad I threw away that spoonful, that chunk of that burrito. It is different. It does make me feel different. And watch how you stop hating your job. The people are going to be less irritable. The things that they do supposedly to you are not going to sting anymore. They're going to sting less and less and less and less. Because you're starting to fix yourself. Remember, the issue is never out there. The issue is always you. You're the issue. You're just seeing a reflection of your issue. That's like looking in the mirror and getting pissed at the mirror. Fucking mirror, you're dumb. You're acting stupid. Why are you making me look like that? It ain't the mirror, bro. It's you. That obvious. It's how it's gonna be once you start taking responsibility of who you are, your actions, how you carry yourself. In the morning when you wake up, same thing. The push-ups. Can't do the push-ups. Push-ups against the counter. Can't do the push-ups against the counter. I can only do 1. Does 1 push-up wind you? Then 1 it is. You do 1. If you can't, then you just grab a chair. You sit down on the chair. You stand up. You sit down. Damn. You sit down. You stand up. You sit down. You stand up till you can't no more. And with the intention, it's ticket for you to do that. With the intention, this is to raise my attitude. This is to raise my attitude. This is to have a higher level attitude. And then if you have breakfast, 1 spoonful of every item on your plate. If you have Mexican bread, take a chunk off, throw it away. Wasting food. No, you're not. Shut up with that already. You're just returning it to the planet. That's all. You don't need it. This is for discipline. What? And yeah, when you get a chance, start researching or watch my other videos. I got a video on here. It's simple. Tracking your food. Macros tracking your food in the most simple way. Go watch that. It'll get you an idea of what that all means. We won't get into it here because then I'll go down that rabbit hole and I got to go in a little bit. I'll come back though. I'm going to be busting lives all day. Watch. And And that's it. I mean, you do that in the morning. I don't eat breakfast in the morning. Do you have coffee? Yeah. Okay. Well, how much creamer do you put on your coffee? You could say way less. Usually go clunk clunk clunk. Just go clunk. That's it. The rest don't. It's gonna taste different. Hello. You're sacrificing. Remember, you're building discipline by restraint. You're restraining yourself from something that you enjoy. In this case, it's food. With the exercising, it's rest. I just don't want to throw too much at you. Just so, and as it goes, you'll be like, oh, but you got to start it first. By day one, you'll notice something. By full 24 hours, let's say you're watching this in the afternoon, you started at lunch, you started at dinner, you're exercising, you're being grateful about your avocado tree or your guayaba tree or whatever. The fact that I'm so thankful I have a landscaper. I'm so thankful that I cut my grass. I'm so thankful that my kids cut the grass. Whatever. Try to find something thankful when you start being a little whiny baby. And watch. You really want to be down? You think you're down? You think you're hard? You think you're a baddie at this? Whatever's irritating you, whether it's a person, a group of people, a committee, the company, whatever, find something to be thankful about the very thing that's pressing your buttons. That guy's such an ass. Okay, find something thankful about it. Like what? Well, I'm so grateful that he's alive at the same time that I am. Fuck no, I'm not. I knew you weren't down. What about if you knew that he just got himself a car? Whatever, it's dirty, it's ugly, you don't like it, whatever. But if you could, in your heart, truthfully, say, I'm grateful that dude got himself his car. You start bettering yourself. That's discipline. You start raising your attitude. You start building your attitude. I don't want to be a low-level baby attitude. I want to have a high attitude. Well, that's what high attitude people do. The version of you that you'd respect and admire doesn't whine, doesn't complain, isn't a self-victimizer, finds good in everything. Everything, even the things that are pressing your buttons. But if you can't do it yet because you're just starting, remember, baby steps is where it's at. Be thankful about something about you. Be thankful that you have a lovely family. Be thankful, like I said, about your avocado tree that's thriving, it's going good. Then just continue. 5 minutes later, it's doing it again. Be thankful about something else. Be thankful that you were able to put air in your tires this morning before you got to work. Way to go. Way to be responsible. Good job. I'm so grateful I got to pay my bills last week. I pay them all the time. They're on auto pay. You paid them. Be grateful about that. And then at night when you come back, when lunch, same thing, one item. Remember, one item, one spoonful out of every item that you're eating, toss it in the trash. Low key, let's say you got a carpool buddy and he shows up. It's like, dude, look at my wife made us some cookies here. Want a cookie? And you don't want to be a jerk, whatever. Yeah, whatever. You're eating, then you leave a bite. Low key, you don't say, hey, you know what, fool, I'm throwing away my stuff, whatever. He can look at you like, you don't throw that shit away. He's not on the same. His time hasn't came yet. This is your time. You're right now at a position now where you're ready to evolve. You're done with your journey. It's time to transform into the other way where you start like gathering everything you earned during your uphill battle, during your hero's journey. You're weathered. Now it's time to start evolving and becoming, grabbing everything that you learned and turning it into a higher level person, and then grabbing all that wisdom that you gathered during your hero's journey and project it onto others by changing yourself, being the example, being an image of faith. I can change, so can you. So it starts with that. Do that. Leave that little piece of cookie, kind of put it wherever in your cup holder, and still. And then when you get out of the car, you grab it or you leave it there, whatever. You grab it, you put it in your pocket. Next time you go into the restroom or low key, nobody sees you, bam, and roll it up in a napkin, whatever. Or leave it in your car. And when you get home at the end of the day, just, I forgot this, bam. Nobody knew. Make sure nobody sees it. Keep it all under your hat. Don't let your right hand know what your left hand's doing. Hush up. Don't say nothing. And watch how in a day, the vibe at work starts to change. Yeah. All of a sudden, just because you started eating less diet, call it what it is. Good job. You started your diet. You'll track your food later. Just start by eating less. Whatever you eat. Same shit. Rice, beans, all the deliciousness, all the tortillas, all the Chinese food, all the pizza, all the pasta, all that. Fine, it's fine. Just one spoonful less. Throw it away. No, you're not wasting food. Just returning it to the planet. And start exercising every day. Twice a day. Once in the morning, once at night. Push-ups, sit down, stand up, burpees, whatever. Till you can't. And during the day, throughout the day, if you can't do burpees, if you can't sit down and stand up, if you can, if you're in, like, you work out of the pad and you're able to do it, you work on your own shop, your own business, then still do the push-ups. It's better. But if you can't, just be grateful about something. Anytime you start like, man, they're acting stupid. No, they're not. I'm grateful that there's enough oxygen for everybody. I'm grateful that I got a haircut this weekend. I'm grateful that my cars are on the up and up. I'm grateful that whatever. That my kids play sports and it's such a great, great experience. I'm grateful that, my wife says she loved me this morning. Whatever, find something to be grateful anytime something that you feel is going sour. And all you're doing is you're raising your attitude. You're training yourself to raise your attitude, and you're building your discipline with the food by dieting. I guarantee you that by the third day, the first 24 hours, you start at 2 o'clock, tomorrow at 2 o'clock, you'll see how things are different. And yeah, if you still believe that everybody at work changed, that the whole company, the whole organization changed, we're talking about hating your job, right? That's when you're going to giggle like, hey, this shit works. It wasn't them, it was me. And that's the snowball. That's the baby step. The first thing was curiosity. You still watching this video. That was enough curiosity. Like, hey, what's this fool talking about? It kind of makes sense. Then you took on and said, I'm going to take that baby step. That's what I'm saying. Baby steps are so powerful. Next baby step, I'm going to be thankful. I'm going to do this with my lunch. I'm going to do my exercise when I come home. I'm going to be thankful again because my kids made me feel some type of way. My wife made me feel some type. This ain't even work, but it's still making me feel this way. I'm going to be thankful because this thankful thing works. This grateful thing works. I'm going to exercise at night. Before that, there's dinner. One spoonful, I'm going to throw it away. If someone are like, hey, what are you doing? You're wasting food at home, whatever. What are you doing? Why are you doing that? It's like, oh, I'm trying something new that I heard. It's gonna help my heart. That way you don't have to give this go explanation about this dude on YouTube was talking about attitude, whatever. Because then this is for my heart. You're wasting food. No, actually, no, I'm not. I'm returning it to the planet. From here it goes, the trash guy picks it up. From here it goes to the landfill. From here it goes underground. The soil. This is where it came from. All the corn, all the flour, all the rice, everything came from the planet. I'm just putting it back on the planet. We're not wasting nothing. You're wasting money that we bought. No, you save it so somebody else can eat it. No, I have to put this back. This is a sacrifice that I'm doing. It's a sacrifice. If I put it back in the pot, if I put it back in the Tupperware, if I put it back in the freezer, that's not a sacrifice. I'm sacrificing it. Back in the day, that's what people would do. They'd kill the animals. You think I want to see the animals suffer and that's a sacrifice? No, they were sacrificing food. I'm killing this in order for me not to enjoy it, for me not to have it. It's not like let's torture the animal so you can watch it, so you can see. They were just taking it away from their life. If I kill it here in front of you, it's going to be, a lot of people saw it as waste. They're wasting that whole animal. No, I'm sacrificing it. I can't enjoy it. Our people can enjoy it. It's a sacrifice. It's not really, I'm giving it to you, fly away into the sky so someone in the skies could eat it. No, I'm just saying, you know what? I'm not having it. I'm slaughtering it here. I'm not doing it appropriately. We're not going to skin it and piece it up and put it in the ground or whatever they would do then. I'm just taking it out of my life so I don't have it. That's why it's a sacrifice. So you're sacrificing the food, your life's going to start changing. You're going to start seeing things differently. You're going to start moving your body. You're going to start giving it what it needs, which is exercise, which it's supposed to do, which is raising your attitude. And you're going to be building your discipline by taking away one spoonful of each thing. You're going to start changing. We changed. I changed. This worked for me. This is not telling you something I read that I'm repeating here. I applied this. I did this very thing, and it works. You're going to start hating your job less. It's going to be like an overnight. Like tomorrow's like, everything's freaking great. No, but you'll see enough of whoa, is this witchcraft? It's not. You're just changing yourself. Because the job is what it is and what it's going to be. That sounded dope. But you're what you are and what you're going to be. And if you don't better yourself, you're going to be the same thing. You can worsen yourself too. Or you can better yourself and be what you're going to be, which is a better version of you. And it can start that simple. Simple piece of exercise in the morning, simple piece of exercise at night. If you can't exercise during the day when you start acting dumb, use gratitude as your secret weapon. And start your diet. 1 spoonful less of each item on your plate. Then you'll go like, just less food. Just buy a bowl for you. Go to the store and buy your favorite bowl with the freaking Raiders jersey or Dodgers or whatever your team is. Giants. Baseball. Kind of. I was part of the whole 2010, 2012, 2014 era. It was the Buster Posey career. Oh, man. Such great memories. I still get the chip. I don't know anybody on the team right now, but I still watch them. But that's when it was like, very special moments. Not so much the team, but what was happening while that era was happening at my house with my kids, my wife, my family. It was such a beautiful thing. Anyways, that's when your life will start to change because you start to change. That's when you'll work, your job will start to change because you start to change. You'll see that it works within 1 day, within 3 days, within a week. You're going to be like, oh my God. But not only that, but stuff's going to start automatically, organically, everything's going to start changing too. Stuff at the house is going to seem better. And you're going to start seeing, but why? Why does my kid start still acting like this? Or why is my neighbors acting? Because they're going through their journey. Let them. Let them. Before you can start worrying about anybody else's journey, you can start worrying about yours. Your kids need you for a little while. After that, yeah, sometimes we have the tendency of worrying about it too much. They're like 100 and we're still worried about them. You need to be like this. Stop it. Worry about yourself. Be the example. Be the way you want them to be. There you go. Things you don't like about them, again, same deal. It's just a reflection. There's something about you don't like. Fix you. Yeah, but they're not listening. You're not. Listen to you. 100%. Get better. They'll follow. Maybe not today. Maybe it's going to take them another 100 years before. It took you this long to figure it out. Took you this long for it to become a curiosity. They're still on their hero's journey. Let them. In the meantime, just keep on working on it. Make your life better. That's why it goes back, like I said early in the video. And then I got to go, like, for real. You gotta look at it early in this video. It doesn't matter. They're going through some, like, oh man, they're whining, complaining, it doesn't matter. I got my own stuff to work. I got my priority is to have such a high level of discipline so I could be such a beasted up example. That's what I want to be. I want to be a super good example. Oh, but you're being inconsiderate. No, I'm not. I'm being so considerate that I want to be a good example so they can stop acting like that, because I've been a bad example that made it okay to act the way they're acting. Had I been acting like this 50 years ago, 100 years ago, they wouldn't be acting like that, because I wouldn't have been that example. I wouldn't have let that happen in their world. I would have been able to kind of just guide it through the way, like, don't be like that. See it this way. Be grateful. Let's do some push-ups. Let's not eat this way. But they're still feeling the ripple effect of what their current attitude and their current level of discipline. I got to get so far ahead where it's just like, damn, hey, how'd you do that? And it'll happen. Can you help me? Can you help me get to feel like you feel? Yeah, you do this, which is what I'm telling you here to do. Maybe this is causing some curiosity. Do it. Simple. 1 spoonful less of every item on your plate. Later on, you'll move out to find your, like I said, your Raiders plate, your Dodgers plate that you think is really cool, or your little bowl. Anything that fits in here is for dinner. Anything that fit in here is for lunch. If it doesn't fit in here, then maybe you get 2 because you don't like to mix it. 2 smaller ones. I could fit one thing here and I could fit one thing here, and you'll automatically snowball. It creates momentum. That's how I started. Next thing you know, I'm tracking macros. I don't even use those bowls anymore. But they served the purpose at the level I was at. My current chapter in my journey. I'm eating less. What happened? I eventually started tracking my macros. Now I eat the same thing every day. I eat the same thing every day. Some people think that's so boring. To me, it's like, that's so convenient. I know I'm hitting my macros every single day because I know what I eat every single day. Even on Saturday. On Saturday when I have pizza, I know how I manipulate my food in the morning so I can have pizza at night. But baby steps got me there. 1 spoonful less. The bowls. Grateful. Exercise in the morning. Exercise at night. What kind of exercise? Push-ups against the counter. Burpees. A quick walk till you're winded. Sit up and stand up from a chair till you can't no more. That'll start changing your life. That's how you start bettering your job. It'll get better and better and better. Then you start making a decision. Who knows? Maybe later be like, I'm going to start looking for another job. But in the meantime, I'm going to enjoy this like this is. And now guess what? The better version of you is going to go approach that job. They're going to see you different. Because why? Because you're different. Change the way you are, and your environment will change. That's it. I'm gone. I'll see you guys later for sure, for sure. This